There is a connection in your life that you have been struggling to move on from. Your head has been telling you to get rid of this person, but your heart has been holding on with this mender card here. There's a piece of you that wants to like fix this, or that feels some kind of like soul connection or like heart-led tie to this person. This person could have represented a wish fulfillment for you either at one time or maybe still does. However, there has been like a lack of communication or a breakdown in communication that is having you doubt whether this person is like actually a soulmate or someone that you're meant to keep in your life. So let's get a little more information on this to see what wants to come through. This could really be impacting your stability, or what I'm getting here is that you need to be focused on you right now, like standing on your own 2 feet, building yourself up. This could be almost like a test for you of turning the attention back to yourself, not letting like what other people are doing or not doing consume you. This could have something to do with your path. You could have a very like difficult or challenging path. This doesn't necessarily like mean in a bad way. A lot of the times this can be like success and that sort of thing, where you will have sort of like high stakes or be in the spotlight in some kind of way where you need to stay very focused. So you can't be letting things like this derail you, even if you are feeling them. So this could be presenting as a bit of a test for you for wherever you're at in life, is to like turn the focus back on yourself and keep moving forward. Even if you are feeling all of these feelings, you are learning how to manage almost like, I'm feeling like a swirl of emotions, that sort of thing. It's like you're learning how to manage these things while also like staying focused on what it is that you need to do. Interesting, I've got this Magician crossed here with this Dream World at the back of my deck. This is my Making the Impossible Possible card. This is a fortress with no windows or doors. Use the power of your mind to create openings where there are none. It is exclusive to this deck. Where this came out crossed with this at the back of my deck, this is saying there is more than meets the eye to this situation. This can be one of those things that gets a divine test of like, before you can break through anything, you need to conquer yourself and your mindset first. Is that this, where your head and your heart seem to be at odds, is that maybe neither one of them are wrong. It's just that neither one needs that much of your focus or attention right now. Is that this is telling me that you have everything you need within you to manifest the outcomes and things that you want in your life, but you're almost like working against yourself or refusing to see this, and you may be using this as a distraction. Let's get a little more information on this, because this is definitely like some kind of test for you, especially where I have this wish fulfillment energy out here. A lot of times, especially if people are connected to us on a deep level, they can mirror whatever it is that we're doing. So it may not necessarily be, it's almost like the block is you, or that sort of thing. It's like something in you needs to shift before everything else shifts, and you're sort of, okay, definitely, but you're not necessarily seeing that. You're kind of stuck in a low self-worth energy. So where your mind is rejecting this, you may be using this to tell you false stories about yourself and your worthiness and that sort of thing, where your heart's holding on for a different reason, where your heart is telling you your worth and that sort of thing. There is some kind of like divine twist of fate that is happening here with this life map. This is the Wheel of Fortune in the traditional deck. This is a card of fate. So fate shows up at a crossroads. This always in the upright signifies that things will be moving in your favor. However, it will always meet you where you're at, which is always a big deal of like getting your mindset right, especially when it's showing up as feeling like a little unworthy, or like you're not fully seeing yourself, feeling left out in the cold, that sort of thing. This thing could be testing you right now, of your resilience and your worth. You maybe have a habit, or this is something that you are closing out, of using other people or external validation, whether this is people, places, things, like what have you, to determine your worth, and you're being asked to determine it for yourself. So it's not necessarily anything to do with this other person, which is why your head and heart may be at odds, is that it's not necessarily this other person that you should be focused on like working through. Like, this person isn't the block is you. So I would say there's like a little bit of shadow work that is needed here. Is what does this person, this is like the journaling that I always tell you guys about, which is in my, like, I go over this in my roadmap to your dream life. So if you haven't checked that out yet, go check that out. I include this as like a weekly activity. So this would be that shadow work, like journaling stuff of like, what does this person mean to you? What do they represent to you? And what is this block? What is this thing that you are facing in regards to them? What does that mean to you? What story around it are you telling about yourself? What are these things that you're going back and forth on? Because there is some kind of energy behind this that is working in your favor. However, you need to be in a place to harness this. Like, this needs to be in the upright if you want this to move fully in your favor. Again, this is saying things are shifting in your favor. You will just have a harder time seeing it if you aren't clued into it. So it's almost like good things can be happening around you. I'm seeing it's like the sun is shining, but you have your curtain shut, so you can't see it. Like, you wouldn't know. It's just 555 on my timer. It's like a card of change, that sort of thing. And also with this 5 here, this is also, so this could be a change that you are going through, that you are allowing to impact your self-worth, that you're being asked to shift out of. So your work right now is on self-love and whatever stories that you've been telling yourself around this person, and what you're making it mean about yourself. So if this resonates with you, let me know. All of my services are linked to my bio, so if you'd like to get a little more information either on this reading or something else, you can go ahead and book with me there.